Away from that, the federal government says it is committed at curbing organized immigration crime across the globe through its participation in the ongoing Border Security Summit in London. The Minister of Interior, Olubunmi Tunji-Ojo, who is in Lancaster, London, participated in the summit alongside 39 other global leaders. He says Nigeria has invested heavily in migration management and frameworks, especially in dealing with trans-border crime and irregular migration. Between 2023 and 2025, Nigeria upgraded its border surveillance technology to cover more border communities, as well as procured more operational vehicles to closely monitor its large expanse borders.
A lot in terms of the new government in Nigeria has the border control solution, because Nigeria is not really a destination point. The challenge we had was it being a source and of course a transit country, and Nigeria has stopped. We're working very hard towards that. We've automated our solutions. We've put more boots on ground to ensure that the borders are secured and irregular migration is brought to an end.
Minister of Interior Olubunmi Tunji-Ojo, who is participating in the summit, joins me from the UK for more. Good to have you join us on TVC News at 7. First of its kind, Organized Immigration Crime Summit. What is the new approach that the more than 40 participating countries are proposing to tackle illegal migration?
Well, thank you so much, and thank you for having me. Let me say this very clearly, that the program today has only 2 countries from Africa, and that's Tunisia, because of its importance within the Mediterranean, as a transit point across Nigeria. And I have to say it's based on our recognition in terms of the recognition of the in terms of what we've been able to do as a government in areas of tackling irregular migration. First, we delivered our issues of migration, and this happened. That's what started, when President Bola came into office. Like something small, being recognized, and being appreciated, because do not forget that the country of 70% of that 80 of it. That tells you because of the propensity you they also had a job for that control. It's not less than evil as state. These are technology in terms of our border solutions, migration management solutions, and of course to the to training of our officers, the level of investment and education as inputs.
Well, with this response, you have succeeded not just in telling us about, the crux of the summit, but also about the technological innovation that the federal government is bringing in to manage, our porous borders. But, talking more about what's happening back home in Nigeria now, the jailbreaks, and specifically the latest which took place at the Federal Correctional Center in Koton-Karfe, Kogi State. You ordered a probe into the incident. What updates can you share with us?
Not a jail attack, because nothing was destroyed. It was from the preliminary findings. It's more like compromise and negligence on part of some officers. But the issue here is this, as I always say, there is no government that is foolproof. There's no system that is foolproof. There will always be issues, but the question of what we need to ask ourselves is that when these ugly incidents happen, is government responsible and responsive enough to respond? That's it. And I can tell you that 12 people escaped at that particular point in time. Before I left Nigeria, I think about 7 had been, had been gotten back. And
also want to thank by helping us out in terms of it. And as well, thank God that this new administration has enrolled all inmates across the in correctional biometric solution is like that. And of course, there's no hiding. So now, in the Nigerian Correctional Service can share information with the system, real time, and about it. So these are the changes that this thing that is going on to fall. And also, then before I go, let me say this: when you compare the response and in Kogi, justice, you will see that the advancement of this based on technology. When the one is feeling responding was a problem, sending data was a problem because data has to be harmonized before available at all times. But this one, immediate response, and more than 50% of the inmates that escaped are apprehended. And we are pretty sure that with the level of efforts that other agencies are putting, we will be able to apprehend the other ones. And obviously, when the final report is, and we look at those people, make sure that doesn't happen again.
All right. Well, I would like you on one hand to react to what you've called negligence. You said this is no jailbreak, rather this is an act of negligence. So I'd like you to speak to what happens to individuals who are found to be culpable in helping these people escape. That's on one hand. Then the real question, let's talk about Nigeria's visa on arrival policy, which recently was a subject of controversy, with some people insinuating it had been scrapped. Tell us the true position of things and the country's stance on visa violations.
Well, thank you so much. Those, of course, there's zero tolerance. That's true. But I'm not preempting investigations. I'll literally give the findings. That's the very investigation. By the time I'm back, I'm sure the final report is ready. And of course, we will take actions as recommended based on big service. That's then on the issue of the visa, what we have always said, we are counseling with somebody that we should establish. So because we don't want it that encourages.
Minister, I'm afraid we might just have to leave the conversations there. There appears to be some challenge with hearing you from that end. We've been speaking with the Minister of Interior, Olubunmi Tunji-Ojo. And may I crave your indulgence when you return from this trip? It would be amazing to have you in our studio to give us updates on, of course, the summit and other things that the ministry is doing to better our interior as a country. Thank you very much.